Hello students, welcome back. Hope you all are doing well. This is a new video. This is a detailed video on voltage regulator. In a previous video of op-amp, not op-amp, for filter circuit, you have studied about voltage regulator. In this video, we are going to deal with a depth study of voltage regulator. So, voltage regulator, it has a lot of application. Now, to get all these application, we need to first study the in depth. So, this video will deal with uh, in depth of voltage regulator. I hope after completion of this video, you will not in requirement of any other books or any other videos. This particular video will cover in depth. So these are the content, these are the outline that we are going to cover today. Voltage regulation, line load regulation, series shunt regulator, switching regulator, and IC voltage regulator. So batteries are often shown on a schematic diagram as the source of DC voltage, but usually the actual DC voltage source is a power supply. There are many types of power supply. Most are designed to convert AC voltage, high mains electricity to a suitable low voltage supply for electronic circuit and other devices. A more reliable method for obtaining DC power is to transform, rectify, filter, and regulate an AC line voltage. A power supply can be broken down into a series of blocks, each of which performs a particular function. So these are different steps of power supply that converts AC to DC. If you wish, you can draw the steps, you can write down the steps. Power supply, a group of circuits that convert the standard AC voltage provided by the wall outlet to a constant DC voltage. Just I'll give you 2 to 3 minutes, draw the steps, and next we will discuss about the different steps. First is transformer, next is rectifier, third one filter, then IC regulator, and the last one is load. So transformer, a device that step up or step down the AC voltage provided by the wall outlet to a desired amplitude through the action of a magnetic field. So next is rectifier, a diode circuit that converts the AC input voltage to a pulsating DC voltage. The pulsating DC voltage is only suitable to be used as a battery charger, but not good enough to be used as a DC power supply in a radio, stereo system, computer, and so on. There are two basic types of rectifier circuits. It may be half wave, it may be full wave. Again, full wave rectifier can be center tapped or bridge full wave rectifier. A full wave rectified signal has less ripple than a half wave rectified signal and is thus better to apply to a filter. So filter circuit does what? It reduces the fluctuation in the rectified output voltage or ripple. This provides a steadier DC voltage. Regulator, this is our part of study. It produces a constant DC output voltage by reducing the ripple to negligible amount. It is one part of power supply. For low current power supply, the simple regulator can be made with a resistor and a Zener diode connected in reverse. These are called Zener diode regulator. Zener diodes are rated by their breakdown voltage Vz and maximum uh, power. Now this is the circuit for Zener diode. Resistor and the diode are connected in reverse. Two basic categories of voltage regulation. This may be line or load. Now, line regulation is to maintain a nearly constant output voltage when the input voltage varies, and load regulation is to maintain a nearly constant output voltage when load varies. So, whenever there is a variation in input voltage, line regulation is needed, and whenever there is a chance that load voltage will be varied, load regulation will be needed. So this is the circuit of line regulation, where you can see this is the input voltage, this is an input voltage regulator and output voltage. The same output voltage is obtained with decrease in input voltage, but since we are having a voltage regulator here, the output voltage is almost same. No significant change is there. Line regulation can be defined as the percentage change in the output voltage for a given change in the input. Here delta means a change, a small change. Now line regulation can be calculated using the following formula, where the change in output voltage, percentage of change in output voltage is measured with the percentage of change in input voltage. So if you wish, you can write the formula. Load regulation. In load regulation, what happens? A change in load current has practically no effect on the output voltage of a regulator. It can be defined as the percentage change in the output voltage from no load to full load. Sometimes power supply manufacturers specify the equivalent output resistance instead of its load regulation. These are all the equation of load regulation in different rearranging condition. Yes, the example. Just write down these two examples with the solution. We will solve it in our next video. Just write down, and if any of you can solve this, you can share that in the comment section. Write the example. So I hope you have written down the two examples. If you can solve, you can share your answer in the comment section, and if you cannot, no problem. We will solve these answers in our next class. Types of regulators. Now, fundamental classes of voltage regulator are linear and switching. Now, two basic type of linear regulators are series and shunt. Series regulator is connected in series with the load, and shunt regulator is connected in parallel with the load. The both type of image you can see over here. One is series, another is shunt. This is the basic block diagram of control, block diagram of series regulator. I'll suggest you that draw the diagram. Control element in series with load between input and output. Output sample circuit senses a change in output. Error detector, it compares sample voltage with reference voltage and causes control element to compensate in order to maintain a constant voltage. This is op-amp based series regulator. Again, I'm giving you 5 minutes. Just draw the op-amp based series regulator. You have to just draw the circuit. So this is op-amp based series regulator, where as a control element of transistor is used, as an error detector op-amp is used. This is the sample circuit. The resistor R1, R2 sense a change in the output voltage, provide a feedback voltage. The error detector compared the feedback voltage with the Zener diode reference voltage. The resulting difference voltage causes the transistor Q1 controls the conduction to compensate the variation of the output voltage. The output voltage will be maintained at a constant value of V0. This is transistor series regulator. The transistor Q1 is the series control element, and Zener diode provides the reference voltage. Since Q is an NPN transistor, so V is found by Vz minus V output, the response of the pass transistor to a change in load resistance as follows. If load resistance increases, load voltage will also increase. Since the Zener voltage is constant, the increase in V0 will cause VB to decrease. And whenever VB decreases, conduction through the pass transistor reduces, so load current decreases. And as a result, a constant voltage will be maintained. This is an example. Determine the output voltage for the, for the regulator below. Just draw the question. This is an op-amp based regulator and you have to determine the output voltage. Similar, this is a transistor based regulator and you have to calculate output voltage. Draw the circuit. If any one of you missed the circuits, just go through the video again and draw it. Now shunt regulator. Here the unregulated input voltage provides current to load. Some of the current is pulled away by the control element. If the load voltage tries to change due to a change in the load resistance, the sampling circuit provides a feedback signal to a comparator. The resulting difference voltage then provides a control vary the amount of the current signal to shunt it away from the load to maintain the regulated output voltage across the load. This is op-amp based shunt regulator where control element is connected in parallel. When the output voltage tries to decrease due to a change in input voltage or load current caused by a change in load resistance, that decrease in sense by R1 R2. A feedback voltage obtained from voltage divider R1 and R2 is applied to the op-amp's non-inverting input and compared to the Zener voltage to control the drive current to the transistor. This is transistor-based shunt regulator. Control element is a transistor in parallel with the load, while the resistor RS is in series with the load. These are not required. Yeah, example. Again, draw the circuit. This type of problem may come in your exam, so we will solve this type of questions in our next class. Determine the regulated voltage. This is a op-amp based transistor based shunt regulator. Now switching regulator. It's a type of regulator circuit which is efficient transfer of power to the load is greater than series and shunt regulator because the transistor is not always conducting. This regulator is more efficient than linear or shunt type. This type of regulator is ideal for high current application since less power is dissipated. Voltage regulation in a switching regulator is achieved by the on and off action, limiting the amount of current flow based on the varying line and load condition. With switching regulators, 90% efficiencies can be achieved. This is the step down configuration of switching regulator. You don't need to draw this because this is not in detail in your syllabus. This is step up configuration. Switching regulator may have step down or step up configuration. Voltage inverter configuration. Next, IC voltage regulators. Regulation circuit is integrated circuit form are widely used. Their operation is no different, but they are treated as a single device with associated components. These are generally three-terminal devices that provide a positive or negative output. Some types have variable voltage outputs. A typical 7800 series are used for positive voltage regulator and 7900 series are used for negative voltage regulator. These voltage regulators, when used with heat sinks, can safely produce current values of 1 ampere and greater. Several types of both linear and switching regulators are available in integrated circuit form. Single IC regulators contain reference source, comparator amplifier, control device, overload protection. Generally, the linear regulators are three-terminal devices that provides either positive or negative output voltages that can be either fixed or adjustable. So, next is fixed voltage regulator. Fixed positive voltage regulators are 78XX series. Fixed regulator, if unregulated DC voltage is applied, it will produce a fixed output voltage. The IC pin number 1 is input, 2 is ground, and 3 is output. So this is the circuit symbol of fixed voltage regulator, and the voltage can be filtered by using input and output capacitors. These are some series of fixed voltage regulator where we can get this fixed amount of output voltages. Similar fixed negative voltage regulator. The output voltage obtained from fixed negative voltage are given over here. And this is the circuit adjustment. Adjustable voltage regulator. These are also available that allow to set output voltage to a desired regulated value. LM317 is an example. Its values can range from 1.2 to 37 volt. So adjustment can be done by this voltage divider circuit. So from this total video, what we get, we have obtained voltage regulators keep a constant DC output despite input voltage or load changes. The two basic categories of voltage regulator are linear and switching. The two types of linear voltage regulator are series and shunt, and three types of switching voltage are step up, step down, and inverting. Switching regulators are more efficient than linear. IC regulators are available with fixed positive and negative voltage. Both linear and switching type can be in IC form. So students, this is the total study of voltage regulator. You can answer any type of question from this video if you follow this particular video. If you like the video, you can click on the like button. And for the questions, the example mentioned over there, go through the problem, and in our next video, we will solve those problems. So thank you once again for watching the video. Thank you.